gonna take on the world.
Good job. Good job.
We're gonna take on the world. Standing tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules.
All right.
There you go.
Welcome to the Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, guys. This is episode 26. We have a great guest on. But first, let me introduce my co-host, Joe Hill. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
No problem. No problem at all.
Yeah, got me this time, guys.
I'm here all the time.
All right.
I'm here all the time.
All right, now back to our special guest we have here, folks. He's been around the block, so to speak. He's one of
Make
the.
it sound bad.
Huh?
Make it sound bad.
No, it's not. That's a good thing.
Been around the block.
Well, he's been in the restaurant business for how long?
42 years.
42 years. So he has been around the block.
Damn.
See, he's ran restaurants like Pump House. What's that? The Ray on the Greens.
Friendly Tavern.
Friendly Tavern.
Yeah, Fred. Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
On Coloma.
And that's
Yeah.
not to speak of the corporate restaurants.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel, Olive Garden, Ruby Tuesday.
He's been all over. He's been around. He's well-rounded. Seasoned vet.
Yeah,
Well-rounded.
seasoned vet. Definitely.
Let's give Ray Mays a round of applause, folks. Thank
Do
you.
it the right one. Do it.
There you go. Got it right. Got it right. Yes. Finally. Ray, how's it going, man?
It's actually going really well. I took a nap before this. I got off early. So me and my sweet dog, Chloe, we crashed out on the couch.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
Well, that's an interesting question. She's 7 breeds. We rescued her in January. She's 21% boxer.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
That's all I know.
That's all this needs to be known. I just want to get this out the way. I have been we have a identity mix up here. Every
Absolutely.
time I mean, it's mostly the older white women,
Yeah.
and they always
We go back a ways.
Yeah. Ray, is that you?
How the hell did it get confused?
I don't know. It was one.
We're tall.
Yeah, I think it's the glasses. I think it's one of the glasses. Round face. Yeah.
But you didn't always wear glasses.
No.
And
I didn't.
it's been going on for 20 years.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I've
I don't
been-
know. And we have deep voices also. but
That too. That could be it.
What, the Allstate guy?
Yeah.
yeah, we get mixed up with him also.
Oh, I tell you, as many times I've been called Ray, and there is one particular time where a guy, I told him I wasn't. I said, "I'll show you my ID." He said, "No, you're Ray. I know it. You're Ray." I was like, "No, I promise I'm not Ray. My
You
name
know
is
how many
James."
times I just go with it?
Yeah, I've done that so many times. I'm like, "Oh yeah, Ray."
Go with it. Or Johnny, like
Oh, I just
or
Johnny.
Johnny.
I get
I get that
Johnny.
too. I get that
Yeah.
too. Johnny for it.
You do not
I
get
go
Johnny.
for
Do you really get Johnny?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
I get Johnny a lot.
I see him get Johnny, not you.
I get Johnny
Johnny's
sometimes.
smaller.
He-
smaller than
in
you.
height, yeah, but
Yeah.
still, sometimes I get that comparison.
And we all have larger than life personalities.
Well,
Well,
I know Johnny does.
Johnny-
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Johnny definitely
Johnny
does.
I won't speak for myself, but
yeah, I don't speak for him either. Yeah.
I just I mean, I'm not ashamed of it, put it that way, but I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
too.
it. I definitely
too.
appreciate it.
good company.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I get confused that he's me.
I do all the time.
Yeah, your
you can see my
melanin is
eyes,
running thick, Joe.
Yeah, I grew about 6 inches taller, and
Yeah,
You do both have gray beards.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mine
and
can
you
go, mine
want
can go all the way out.
you want
And yours?
mustaches.
want to take one of my shifts at work? For me?
Sure.
And I'm sure you
Yeah.
can blend right in. Oh, hey James, how's it
Yeah,
going?
no.
Yeah, I'm sure you can do that. All right. So When did you get started doing this restaurant business?
Wow.
What kept you in the game?
Well, I started in restaurants in 1980.
Okay.
Right before. I mean, you were talking about Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, before we started.
Yeah,
Favorite
and
movie.
1982. So this was before they made that movie, and at Orchards Mall at York Steakhouse.
Oh,
And that's how it started. I was a dishwasher. Then they made me a cook, and then I moved to Kalamazoo while going to college, and they made me a manager. And I moved to Rockford, Illinois, and then
With the same company?
yeah,
Wow.
York Steakhouse, and then New Jersey, and then back to Chicago, and then that company bought Olive Garden, and
Oh, really?
so
Oh,
they
that
were
makes sense.
they were putting this company to sleep and growing Olive Garden. So they gave me an opportunity to jump ship before they sold it and open up Olive Garden. So I joined Olive Garden when they only had 50 restaurants. That's how old I am.
Huh.
And then I helped them open Olive Gardens in Chicago area. And then they let me pick a store in Michigan because I was getting burned out. So I picked Okemos, Michigan.
Where the hell is Optimus?
It's east of East Lansing.
Okay, that helps me a little bit.
And then I opened that one up, and then I got wild again, and I left the company and I went to Ruby Tuesday, went to Olive Garden, went to Ruby Tuesday, and then Cracker Barrel, and then eventually back here when HI's closed down.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law then at the time asked me if I was interested in coming back and opening up a restaurant, and we opened up the Pump House in 2000.
So with all the corporations that you worked at, what one of the chain restaurants was the best experience of your life?
Wow. Because there's different sides to that answer. Because financially, it was Cracker Barrel.
Really? I wouldn't expect that one. I wouldn't expect that one.
Make good money working.
Dude, you made salary and you made bonus, and literally every quarter you could pay off all your bills with the bonus.
Really?
Yeah, it was lucrative. It was hard work, and you had, as a general manager, you had to get in there at 4:30.
Oh yeah, they're open early.
Yeah. And the general manager usually, opens, at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
See, the one I was expected was going to be Olive Garden, for one that has more higher standards, because it would go higher standards. Ruby Tuesday's a fun place to work at, than Cracker Barrel with breakfast.
Cracker
lunch.
Barrel.
See,
I mean, you do dinner too.
I know, but
I just
that's
think
how I'd look at it.
Financially, Cracker Barrel. Now, quality of life, Olive Garden.
Okay.
It was very,
Yeah.
family friendly. Literally, back in the day, you usually work in other restaurants 60 hours. In Cracker Barrel, in Olive Garden, we worked 45 hours in the old days. So it was, a great quality of life. Not as much money.
Right.
Quality of life.
Quality of life.
Wow.
Yeah. But Ruby Tuesday helped me open the Pump House, because that menu lends itself to basically the Pump House menu. It's really close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Burgers and
burgers,
and
pulled
stuff.
pork. Back in the day, you needed a pulled pork, and
Right.
Reuben, and the basics of the.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah, it really. The ribs. Like the rib recipe, Ruby Tuesday had a great recipe. I modified it, and
You made it your own.
yeah.
I did. I do like the sauce. I did like the sauce. I did. It was great. I worked for him.
Yep. Oh, you worked at the Pump House too?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I said. He was a host.
I was a host. I did every morning.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're the host.
Yeah.
Man,
I loved it.
How old were you?
21.
21.
Yeah, but my host used to run the joint.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
did.
You know what? I
Yeah.
remember
It was
how the
tough.
host used to be
Yeah.
involved with everything.
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 And they were the first shield protecting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping you.
Yeah. They were
It
they
was
were very
tough.
good.
It was good. It was fun.
And I could see you doing it. I guess I could see you doing it. You have a personality to qualify for that type of work.
He used to go make
Thank you.
deposits. And,
Yeah, I used to do everything. Yeah, I had fun. I had fun doing it all.
Yeah.
It was a great company.
Well, I remember going there a lot. I used to enjoy going to that place all the time.
Yeah.
I still have people still talking about it to this day.
I think about it all the
I
time.
do. I do have people still to this
Good
day,
spot.
and like Rochelle.
I ran into Rochelle
Yeah,
last
Rochelle.
week. Yeah.
She said, I still remember Ray's sitting at the pump house when I walk in. Now it's Liam Birch's. So when I walk
Right.
in there, I said, this is where HIs used to have their bar. And this is where the
Mhm.
pump house used to have the bar. This is where this was at. This is
A
where
lot of
this was
history
at.
in that building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she still talks about Ray's food to this day. And on top of it, Glenn Head from the Melmax.
Yeah.
Shout out to Melmax. And
A quick plug.
and he always talks about when I held up a picture when he had to take a picture of the raised ribs. He didn't want to do it. He says,
So you did it.
I had to do it. So I was there holding up a thing of ribs, and he says, you're the rib guy. I said, no, I didn't make them.
Wow,
but-
that's a long time
Yeah.
ago.
oh yeah,
I don't
She
even.
took
I
some
didn't
big
remember
credit.
that.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, thanks. I'll take some credit. Get that.
it was rough. It was great times, but restaurants are hard business to run.
I can imagine.
I
That
give them
was
that.
one
I
of my
give them
next
that.
questions. I mean, was that hard to run? I mean, everybody in that business. I've never done it really like to a full extent. I've done partially, but is it really hard to run a business like that? I mean, they were really busy a lot. I know you.
To run it correctly,
Yeah.
it's hard. I mean, to be busy, I think in hindsight, to be busy is easy. You got to be nice and have good food, but to actually run it, the back office is more important. And those are the things I didn't know back then.
Yeah.
But the back office, it was busy. But my experience at the Friendly Tavern was the longest experience I've had, like 10 years. I was 10 years at one spot. Like,
You were there for 10 years.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Was it open? I didn't realize it was open.
It's
that
still
long.
open.
It
It's
still is?
open.
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah,
So,
but
I
10
didn't-
years. It was like
Shout out to the Friendly.
I mean, it was literally. I mean, it took the pump house to another level.
Yeah.
Because then the dining room was truly your dining room. I mean, you sat down with guests and
Yeah.
had a conversation about family. It was really both experiences were great, especially I had a chance to write the menus and be the front of the house guy.
Yeah.
So that's like, in my industry, that's, the trifecta.
Right.
So it was
right.
great. It was great.
So you got your start. You moved on and moved all over the place in the country, and then you landed
Back home.
Back home.
Yeah.
How did you ground your roots, make your stamp in this area? Because everyone loves you. Anybody that talks about you, oh, Ray's a cool guy. Ray's one of the best. What did you do to make people appreciate you more?
That's a deep question.
I'm just a restaurant dude, and
That's a deep
I like to make the restaurant dining room like my living room. So if I'm walking up to the table, it's like I'm talking to some friends.
Right.
We're talking about old times
Yeah.
and we're making eye contact. It's like we're really connecting. That's what's the lifeblood of Ray.
Oh,
And I get paid for it.
And he sits down in the chair, sits on the booth, sits down
Yeah,
next to
so-
you. If you have an empty spot, he just
So I
sits
get
down.
paid for like
Just being
having
you.
a conversation, and being responsible like fiscally and business wise. But I think, I connect with a lot of people because, they connect with me, I'm just chilling, talking. We're talking we're not talking rocket scientists.
I think you also need a great crew to make something successful. You have to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to
absolutely.
be great. I mean, it has to run smoothly. Everything's popping.
I think with the crew, I've had success in retention. Like I have had very little turnover. Once I get on the roll, people tend not to leave because I think, this is just theory. I think because I empower them, because, I don't have a big enough ego to say I know everything, or, in fact, I know very little.
Yeah.
As far as the world is concerned, in my slice of the world, I know a bit more, but I know very little. So I I learn from everybody, and I believe in empowering. I mean, if they know how to run it, like I can't wait tables anymore.
Yeah.
But I know some people that can.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they, you give them the tools that they need to, succeed, and they'll take care of you. And that all the time. Like in my history, 20-year history in St. Joe, Benton Harbor, Coloma,
Yeah.
Berrien County, all my employees, 95% of them just support me. I mean, and because if they're making money, I'm making money, and vice versa. I mean, I have been blessed with a great group of employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody I
that.
come
I give 'em
across
that.
can't say anything but nice things about you, man. Old employees, customers, anybody have had nothing but great things to say about Ray Mays.
Well, I have failures, but
Well, I
This is
think
not-
we all do.
Nobody's
We all-
perfect.
yeah.
Nobody's perfect at all.
but I love
Yeah.
I love the restaurant game. I mean, I truly love it. I mean, you can't be, well, some people can be millionaires, in this game, but it's just for me because I'm hyper. I have to move around. I have to walk around.
Yeah. So all the places that you did, now you landed where? Where are you working at now?
Oh, I'm at Silver Harbor
Silver
Brewing
Harbor.
Company. Yeah,
See, there you go.
yeah.
Shout out Silver Harbor.
Man, we just won 2 awards,
For what?
beer
At-
awards. We
at
have
Silver Harbor.
yeah,
yeah.
Our brewmaster is on point.
So now, how did you come across getting the job at Silver Harbor?
Well, there's a story in there. I opened VV's for Jim Kramer.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
damn it.
VV's. I
forgot-
love that. I
forgot
love that.
BB's.
Yeah,
There's
I love
another
that.
one that was in
Yeah,
that damn
yeah.
place.
I love the menu. I love the recipe, and it was sort of like a ripoff of kind of an Olive Garden because you have all my years at Olive Garden.
Still great food.
Paid homage to Olive Garden. But all original recipes. Like I had a recipe. I got to tell you that story in a minute. But I was at VV's, and he was leasing the building from some other party.
Okay.
And he didn't think he was going to re-sign the lease. The lease was kind of expensive. And so I've always had to work. Like I can't have any gaps for my own mentality, So I got, he told me, I said, well, I have to look for a job. If you're not going to sign the lease, I got to find a gig. And it's not that many general manager gigs, in the Twin Cities.
Exactly.
I bet.
So I started looking, and Silver Harbor put out an ad Friday, and they, I've responded, and they talked to me Saturday, and they made an offer Monday. So
I was gonna say he's working Sunday.
yeah. Could you come in Sunday night?
Hey, he got an interview on Friday.
That's the restaurant, though.
He got an
The
interview
restaurant
on
game.
Friday. They saw him on
Yeah.
Saturday, and he's working Sunday.
Like a big free agent. Sign.
It is.
Yeah,
actually.
it's been an experience because that's it's a busy joint. And
How long? Have you been there?
3 years.
3
but
years.
I took a 1.5 year gap because I was an executive chef at Andrews for a year, and I ran the yacht club for a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
You had
I was a free agent.
Yeah.
I'm a restaurant mercenary for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, definitely a shogun. Shogun, a
Shogun.
nomad. Just,
Shogun
he's
of
all over.
Benton
the place.
Harbor.
Then I came back home.
He's
Silver Harbor.
the Ronin. He's hired help at all times.
Ronan, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Ronan, I like
Ronan,
that. too.
Yes,
Wow.
definitely, man. I'll give you this button right here,
Certified badass.
and that's Ray Mays in a nutshell. Right
Yeah,
there,
he
man.
can cook a burger.
You found it.
Yeah, I did. I
he
found
can
that
cook a
button.
burger.
I've been looking all over for that button. Oh, one more thing, guys, for everybody that's listening and or is going to listen, please,
For more awesome content, like
that one.
and subscribe now.
please, that helps
You're
out
such
the
a dork.
no, it helps the
It is.
channel and it builds a algorithm.
I know.
Thank you.
I know.
All right, back to the questions. Oh, so you're gonna spin off on a question about the
Like when I was
recipe, yeah.
running
BB's.
no,
was
okay,
it?
Rays on the Green.
Okay.
That was my attempt at running a restaurant, my own restaurant at Berrien Hills Golf Course, which I love. I
Yeah.
love that golf course. Love that patio, everything. So this cat from a linen company came in, old dude from Chicago, like 80 years old,
Yeah.
like so cool, so Italian, and and he was selling linen, and he was trying to get our linen business, right? So we already had a contract with somebody, but I liked the dude, so he would come in and chat. We would chat it up.
Yeah.
And so he realized one day that he wasn't going to get the business, but we were very cool. And I found out that his family ran a restaurant for like 30 years in Naperville, and he gave me his restaurant recipes.
Wow.
Portfolio of recipes.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was like a stack of recipes, and I didn't know what I could. The menu was already written at Ray's on the Green, and it was a successful menu. And so I just put it in the safe, and I just kept it. And when I opened VV's, I took those recipes out and
Used them.
And the recipes were like 100 years old. Yeah. I mean, there were ingredients in the meat sauce that I had never used marjoram, like old school ingredients. So it was really cool. And when I got burglarized at Ray's, they took everything out of the safe except that restaurant manual. They just like a useless pile of papers. And that was the most valuable thing.
They looked through it. Oh, these are recipes. We don't need this.
Yeah.
We couldn't
my
do
fishing
shit for
pole
this.
too, but that's another
So that the reason? One of the reasons, like, okay, I'm done with this place.
Yeah, and I was like a horrible businessman, but I think I made a bad deal for myself in a great location, and I could not. And I think I tried to stay open in the winter time, and that wasn't
profitable
feasible.
at all.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't think it was a bad thing.
I don't regret it.
I don't think it was anything. I think it's made you know what to do next time. Or I never see anything bad in life. I see it. It was another notch in your belt. You learn from it. You move on. You mature from it and do something different.
You make it sound like I have regrets. Like the only like life experiences are life experiences.
Yeah.
Like that's the basis of that we're here. Like
the
experience stuff. I just think and know that I could have made a better deal for myself.
So,
and I couldn't have got, I can't control getting burglarized twice.
Right.
But I could have made a better deal for myself.
So the Ray now telling the Ray when you open the Ray on the Greens, what would you tell that Ray?
Go for it, buddy. But just look, just make sure that you can carry like your expenses, like,
I'll give you that.
I would have contacted an accountant before the deal instead of after the deal.
Right.
All right.
But I that's a great experience.
I have to know this question. Of all the restaurants that you opened or worked at, which did you steal any restaurant employees, like anybody in the kitchen?
Never.
Say, we jump from here. I'm going here. I want you behind me. Follow me.
You could ask. And many people have come
And
follow
work for
me.
you.
Yeah. But it's I make it clear, like I'm not taking anybody.
But did people follow you though?
Absolutely.
See,
my kitchen crew,
Loyalty.
That's the best
loyalty
thing.
right there.
It's not taken. It's they just follow you.
Yeah, that's
like
that's
that.
plain loyalty right there.
They know who you are and they want to work for you. That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That type of leadership that we don't see a lot of nowadays when people are so I know they'll break away from everything. They want to be an individual and not stay loyal to one thing. And we don't have a lot of that, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of good leadership like yourself.
And the game has changed.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more fast paced. Things like
I don't
that.
think it should be fast paced. I think it should also be slow and make the food good.
I mean, I'm not just blaming it on COVID, but after COVID, everything changed. The whole game,
The world changed.
Oh, the world.
The landscape of restaurants is totally different now. Everything's closing early. Kitchens don't stay open.
Like we always said, after 2020, this town died on food and bars and restaurants and
did.
everything around here.
Oh, not only well, you had all those bars that you can walk.
Hey,
walk
what
to
happened to the dive bars? Like,
They're still around. There's,
no, they're not. Like,
there's
there's
two.
like
There's two.
There's two left.
There's
and
two left.
There used to be a lot more than
There's
that.
two in this bar
Where?
in this town.
I went
You
Mickey's.
you still got Mickey's and Sandbar. I still count Sandbar
Sandbar
as
is
a dive.
dive?
I count as dive bar.
Mm.
It's not a.
It has a dive bar feel,
Feel,
yes,
yeah.
because I think all the woodwork
But
still has a dive bar.
you still
feel.
got
the one in Stevensville.
Welcome.
Welcome, yeah, that's a dive bar.
How about, have you been to Wolverine Gardens?
No, where the hell's
Out
Wolverine Gardens?
is that in South
Google
Haven?
it, Wolverine Gardens.
What about that one dive bar in Glendora?
That's the Wolverine Gardens. That's
Is
what
it?
you're looking up.
That's what it-
Oh,
yeah,
that's what it's
that's
called.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know where it's at. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Remember
what it's
Old
called.
Orchards Lounge.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
man,
Or
Yeah,
we used
yeah.
to hang out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
How about that place on M139?
And 130, Louis.
no, that's
That was- that
that's
was
gone.
joint.
Yeah,
That
that's
was the joint.
that's where
They had some good wings
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I was just talking to somebody about that.
that's where Arby's is at.
Next, no,
Arby's
down the
yeah,
street, down the
yeah.
street a little bit.
Yeah, next door.
Yeah.
But it used to be right next to that gas station and between the
Tire place.
the pawn shop,
Man,
Oh yeah, I forgot about the pawn shop there.
pawn
too.
shop,
Yeah, yeah.
and the tuxedo place that used to be there,
Yeah.
dry cleaners.
yeah.
Yeah, there used to be. So
I
many
love dive bars.
Grand
Me too.
Traverse, or is it Grand
Crossing.
Grand Crossing? Yeah, yeah.
Grand
that's still
Crossing,
there.
that's still there.
And they're making a
the one that
strong,
was,
They
strong
still have
push.
good burgers.
right
Yeah,
across the
they have
street
great
from
burgers.
Whirlpool.
Chatterbox.
Chatterbox, yeah. Oh
No.
no, they're not there anymore.
I know. There used to be another
River's
dive-
Edge.
Yeah, River's Edge.
River's Edge. Yeah.
But that used to be Old Babes.
The boathouse used to be a dive bar.
I,
If you think about it.
Yeah.
actually,
Bring back the dive bars,
Yeah.
please.
yeah.
Us restaurant people need a place to go.
Well, exactly, the industry. Well, after all the COVID, I mean, remember all the bars we used to be able to walk to in
Yeah.
walking distance.
Back in the day.
Yeah, you can. You just didn't have
Remember
to.
the old buck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 The velvet
Silver
siding,
dollar.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Velvet.
Velvet siding and walls, and
There's
yeah,
some good times there.
Yeah.
That's when you
Burger-
used to smoke in bars.
yeah.
That's the bad part.
That's the
That's
bad
when
part.
you
Go
used to
home
smoke in
smelling like
bars.
smoke.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
oh damn, the getaway used to be like that.
Smelling like grease and smoke.
Yeah, getaway.
I
man.
just wish we still had some of that going on around here. I think like I said, I think COVID knocked the rest of it out. And some of those died off after a while. Like the bug,
well, Czars. I mean, I hate to say it.
Louis.
Wow.
Czars is
yes.
a dive bar to me.
Uh,
Ish, because they only opened so long, and it was there for 25 something or 28 something years.
Yeah.
And something that's been a dive bar, has to be open longer than I say about 10 years.
Really?
I don't know the
Mine,
dive
that's
bar.
mine.
I don't know the dive bar rules, but
I don't either, but that's my.
But
eyes.
Desires is a good time.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
one
great
thing that
time.
got hit by COVID. I mean, all these bars around here got hit by COVID, and then it just killed it from there.
What was what happened? What happened with you during COVID? Did you?
I was working at Silver Harbor, and we were doing carryouts at the
And
time.
how
It was
hard
only
was that?
management. So
How hard was that for you?
it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was the worst time because you couldn't interact with people.
Yeah.
And
that's-
interaction is
key right there.
yeah. So it was very torturous.
But
I
at
mean,
least
it
you got to
was-
stay open, though. At
Yeah.
least you got to stay open and
Yeah, but
still make money.
we everybody shut down at one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
You know,
one
we
time,
got
but
to
still.
reopen,
Yeah.
but it was tough. But there was times like I connected with my wife, during COVID, like had never connected with anyone.
Had more time.
Yeah, I mean, I
Had more
think
time.
it probably extended my career because I was off my feet for the first time
A long time
in my career.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so maybe it bought me a few years,
It was time to
yeah.
just rest.
yeah. But then immediately after I got back, a year after I got back, I got arthritis in my hip. So I don't know about that. So who knows? But that's not kicking me out of the game.
So, you grew up here, you graduated here.
That's 1980. Yeah.
Since you graduated and grew up here, does that help who you are to make the atmosphere of being Ray Mays
Well,
in the
actually,
in the restaurant business and the small town that we are.
I think being from Benton Harbor was beneficial. I
Yeah.
mean, I had a great childhood growing up on Pearl Street. I mean, literally, I can't think of any better childhood. Growing up in a neighborhood, growing up Benton Harbor, being in the marching band, being a band nerd.
You're a band nerd.
Yeah, I was a saxophonist.
That's right. I remember that. I remember the whole
Step
story.
back.
Yeah, that's right.
What instrument did you play?
Woodwind, saxophone. Yeah.
And you're still pretty good at it?
Nope. I bought a saxophone on auction because I thought I could really blow.
Yeah.
I didn't have any chops. I was blowing wind out of anything but the horn. But it looked good though. I look good, like high stepping, but I can't blow anymore.
You can't even high step parry, can you?
Oh, you gonna be an arthritis joke now? Huh?
Yes, I was.
I can high step on the left side.
Yeah,
Man,
I had to go.
You
there.
got a rude,
Joe,
you got a rude
yeah.
guest host.
Yeah.
You're like, this cat
Oh,
came in
no.
here with wine,
Oh, he just
didn't
gave you
share. It
Just
looks
slapped
like
you in the
cheap
face.
wine. I didn't want it.
It was cheap wine. It's not the best wine in the world.
But
Jeez,
he's
I'm still drinking it. I gotta-
drinking it like water.
Yeah. Making it
Yeah, you
face.
didn't. Yeah, you didn't bring anything for anybody else.
Yeah.
Why y'all coming at me?
Well, Joe, you did it.
Yes, I did.
You
And
did-
I'll do it again.
Oh, I thought you brought something to somebody else.
I thought there was some treats under your chair is nothing.
It's all in my corner. I was just curious because that probably does help with the whole being here, growing up here, in your career a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I
was curious.
was
It
in
has
front
to
of
be-
the
It has
house.
to be nice though.
You know, it actually helped me moving from dishwasher to cook
Yeah.
to host to serve to manager, and knowing every aspect of the front and back of the house more than that the community. I mean, I think I had a great childhood. I worked at Mercy Hospital in the kitchen there before I even worked at restaurants. I think all of that helped me.
Where
My
you-
group of friends, the group of people I hung out with, didn't want trouble. Like well, there was no trouble on my block anyway. Back in the day,
Yeah.
it was just all good.
Did you have this personality while you're growing up in high school?
I don't think so. I think I was definitely more quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I started out that way. I was quiet.
Yeah.
Still that way.
I keep to myself sometimes. I keep to myself a lot.
What kind of? I'm kind of extroverted introvert. Like
Yeah, I'm borderline.
I'm
yeah.
out in the job. I'm out there. Like,
But I think being in this business, it makes you step back and detach,
right.
so you can get yourself back together,
Right.
because you
That's true.
constantly putting out
Regroup,
there, regroup.
You
You're
got to have the
constantly
right
putting-
personality.
Well,
yeah.
you're constantly putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
talking to everyone, making sure everyone's okay and happy. You have to step back and detach and recalibrate.
Right.
I do that. I do that a lot.
Someone that does not like talking to people did not need this job.
Yeah, exactly. Or
That's
just
true.
people that are just,
But a lot of people have that.
I know.
yeah,
That's
or,
the sad thing.
or angry people that are just downright angry, mad at the world, don't need to be in that kind of job.
Yeah.
Or any job with working with people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Stay,
But
stay home behind you.
Everybody has a bad day, but you usually have to leave that stuff at the door. When you walk in. And for me, it helped that if I'm having a bad day, as soon as I get on the floor, sort of stuff melts away.
is there? That was at least another question. Is there any point in your career that you like totally lost it, or almost lost it, or totally lost it
Every 10 years.
on a person?
Oh no!
person.
Every 10 years I've tried to get out of the restaurant business.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they suck me right
Does
back
it-
in.
But on a person,
Well, just in a
um,
situation that pops up where you just like
You snapped.
you hear the drums
Well,
in your ear and
yeah,
just
yeah,
like wanna
well,
snap.
I think the time that I recall is at Friendly Tavern, and I was bartending, and as you had to do at Friendly Tavern, because it was
Yeah.
like you were part of the staff, and someone was a gentleman that knew this lady was making fun of her at the bar. and I just, she was defenseless. I just took his beer and just turned it upside down and say, get the, I mean, it was just.
He had
was
the
all-
right. He had the right to do that in my
Yeah.
eyes. I give him that.
And then there's a couple of times. I mean, it's mostly when dudes are disrespectful.
Yeah.
I like that.
It just drives me crazy.
On the
Something
flip side of
fire.
that question, what was the best, I don't know, the brightest moment in your life or your career? What are the most proudest moments in your career?
There's been too many. Too many.
It's hard to say.
It's been too many. Like by the time when I think every time I open a place, like when I opened the Pump House, I was upstairs and it was just a blank wall. And I went up there and like wept because that was my dream. I had always dreamed of opening a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it had come true and it was just overwhelming. I mean, the emotion was like, I had never felt like that. It was overwhelming, like giving birth. I mean, having your, seeing your child born.
Yeah.
It was really a deep moment. And then the Friendly Tavern, when we reopened after remodeling,
Yeah.
that was really emotional and more emotional than Raised on the Green by far. Those two situations were even more than Raised on the Green. The Pump House and the Friendly Tavern were
just to see that fruition come to life.
Yeah, I mean, in those two places, like, have a
Come alive and
have a place, have a place in here. Yeah.
You have kids, right?
2 kids.
So are they in the business?
Heck no, and they weren't. They weren't even.
No.
It took them one summer each to decide that they didn't want any part of
They
it.
don't want to follow in your footsteps.
Heck no.
They got big shoes to fill. Then
They are. My daughter's in Brooklyn, and she works for a company out of San Francisco from home.
good for her.
That's COVID. Like
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
Like, there's a lot of that. You can live anywhere in the country
And work from home. Yeah.
Yep.
And my son is in Greenville, North Carolina, and he works for the city.
Nice. Not in the business at all.
Not. Both college grads.
Yeah.
So.
Good for you.
Good that you got your kids through college and they're doing their own thing.
Limping to the finish line.
Boys, girl,
Boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl. Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you have spend a significant time away from being in this type of business?
I've always been in this business.
Yeah. So I mean,
Always.
it
I
consumed
grew
all
up
your
in this
time.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, he started as a, like he said, he
grew
started
up
as a dishwasher
dishwasher.
at 18. 16,
I really
something
don't
like that.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like
Not to be in it.
not to be in it. Like people talk about, oh, I spent a summer on the assembly line in the factory, or this intern in here and this, and literally every summer since I was 18, I've been in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Every summer.
That's insane.
Oh, I can relate.
I
I've
can-
been
I
in
can
this
too a little
business
bit, but-
for almost 30 years.
I was in it for when I was 18 till I was in the restaurant part till I was 30.
Yeah.
Did you bring wine to like everybody, like when you're at home, like, or did you just drink wine by
In
yourself?
front of every-
I
Did
drink wine
you
with my
share,
girlfriend.
or were you one of the kids that brought a sucker to kindergarten?
Oh hell no!
Just one sucker instead of 24 suckers for everybody else?
Is he bitter about me bringing him wine?
Yes.
He
Hey
didn't know I
everybody,
was
there's
bringing it.
one glass on the table.
Yeah,
Guess who
and
has
that's
it?
true, yeah.
All right.
And you know what the funny thing is? He left it here.
I left it here for
He left
for
it
this
here,
shit.
yeah.
I left
Just
it for
that,
this stuff.
that moment.
I'm not thirsty.
It tastes good too. That really is peach. It's not the best peach wine.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I didn't want it.
yeah, it's not the best peach wine.
Any
Trust
plans for your summer? I mean, any vacations?
This is
or
money time.
Yeah,
We work here
yeah.
in the summer
Uh,
in St. Joseph,
you
Michigan.
put it- gather all your nuts. And put it away
Yeah.
for the fall and winter.
Yeah. So working, but
Any free time? I mean, like
look,
couple of days
I
here and
love
there?
experiences. Like you're a little younger, you're a lot younger than me, so just strap it on.
okay,
Because pretty soon you're gonna want to do everything. You're in a rush, like I last last month I was cultivating a starter for sourdough. You have to cultivate the starter. So now I have starter. So 2 days ago I made sourdough bread.
That's true, yeah.
I learned how to cold smoke salmon. I like little experiences. Like I spend a lot of time on YouTube. Little sweet Chloe, my dog, I take her to, the park every morning.
Yeah.
Huh.
She's that's a routine for you.
Yeah, that's definitely a routine. Take sweet Chloe to the park or walk her in the morning, and then everything's up for grabs. The restaurant gig.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's up for grabs.
Yeah. So how does Ray relax?
I
Good question.
don't relax now because my wife and I have a little project that we're rehabbing a house, and it's like a hole, and you throw money in it.
It's like the money pit, the movie.
You just throw money in it. It's look like really fun.
It's like
throw
Tom
money
Hanks.
in it.
Tom Hanks in the money pit.
There's no winning. Just throw money in it. So that's the game I'm playing right now. But it's
It's Tom Hanks in the money pit.
Yep. It's like my wife is MJ and I'm LeBron, and we're throwing money in the basket.
You ever seen that movie, Money Pit?
Yeah.
So when he drops that water inside the tub, and it goes through all the way to the basement, and he starts just laughing.
It's just
Ah!
bottomless pit.
Yep.
So we're on the other side. We're almost on the other side of the rain. Like it's almost finished. Like we're 0.10 away from getting finished.
Is this your house?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's the second house.
Okay.
Like we're trying to rehab one to either
Flip it.
Airbnb or
Yeah,
flip it.
it.
Whatever.
Good for you.
Well,
Good for you. Good for you.
Well, we bought it at the wrong time, and it's a money pit.
Yeah.
But I mean, my wife is doing an amazing job so we're on the end of it, but this is the most painful end of it. This is like if my arthritic hip, somebody took their empty peach wine bottle, and just dug it.
Just won't let go of the peach wine. I'll keep drinking it too.
That
Shout out.
reference was because Joe Hill, former employee, brought wine for none other than himself.
Well, I didn't
There
think-
was only one woman for the job.
Joe Hill.
Yes, I'll keep drinking my wine too in my Playboy glass. Bam.
Oh man, good job, Joe.
It's all right.
Good job.
I got brow filters. I can handle it.
Is it almost empty?
Yeah.
Or you can still torture us?
No, it's almost empty.
Okay.
Well, why not?
Moving on.
Yeah, he's got a little bottle on the side. Jeez, I knew you. You could have brought 2 bottles or something.
I was thinking about it. But I didn't know those drinks. You don't drink.
We don't drink peach. No.
No. Actually, the other one was gonna be Lemon Creek.
Lemon.
Wow.
Or
Lemon
bourbon.
Creek?
You should have brought bourbon.
When did you become a wine?
I love wine.
I know you love wine, but when did all this start?
Shit.
Hey, James.
2019.
That's not wine.
This is with Boone's Farm. This is just peach.
Oh, bam! I'll bring out the bottle. No, I've been drinking wine since I was like 19.
What?
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
19.
When he was
How
19,
old are
you
you
could
now?
drink at
40
19.
something? 40 what?
44.
44?
I didn't think of it.
19?
Yeah. How do you feel? You know me since I was 20.
I feel pretty good about that.
19.
good
You were
about that.
drinking wine at 19. That's a weird taste for a 19-year-old.
Well, I was drinking Jaeger at like 16.
Oh shit. Jeez, Joe.
They didn't even have Jaeger. Oh, maybe they did have
Yeah,
it.
they did.
Jaeger wasn't
Yeah.
Oh, they had Jaeger.
Jaeger's been around for
Yeah, they had Jaeger.
That wasn't in the liquor store that I went to.
Jaeger wasn't invented. Joe.
I love actually. My one drink is it's Hennessy, but I just can't drink.
Did you used to drink a lot of Jaeger bombs, didn't you? Was that your
Yeah,
drink back
yeah,
in the
back
pump
in
house?
the day, yeah, no, yeah, Jaeger, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't drink it anymore. I can't even get the smell of it.
And
Right.
then you went to Fireball.
Yeah, I can't drink that anymore either.
Ugh.
Fireball.
Ugh, it's nasty.
Yeah.
I can't even do it. I can't even get the smell of it.
So at 19, you started drinking wine. So what mean? I know you go to wine tastings
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I love wine tasting.
So what is it about wine that you like?
Flavor.
Just the flavor.
Taste.
Yeah, the
Taste,
peach.
yeah.
The
The
taste.
peaches.
Oh, the peaches one just because it's seasonal. That's a
I
seasonal
love
thing.
that peach wine.
I do actually. I love peach wine. I can eat peach for hours.
Well, that's too much information.
Yeah, shut up.
Hey, don't hate me because I'm.
You know, Coloma is the home of peaches, though.
I haven't been in Coloma in a while.
Coloma, I'm telling you.
So you were there for 10 years.
Yeah, love it.
And it's still going.
Yeah,
Where you been for 10 years?
I was
Oh,
at Friendly Tavern.
Yeah.
Tavern. Yeah, I remember when you started there or got that going.
Young Sam Adams is
Yeah.
running it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you getting that going
Yeah.
out. So man, he's gonna do something with this. And
Man, we rocked it for
Yeah.
10 years. Yeah, it was fun.
did you have a lot of people follow you there too?
Yeah,
I went there a couple times when he was there. I didn't think
Yeah,
he was there.
my
I didn't think he was
kitchen-
there for 10 years.
usually
The kitchen
my
stays with you.
kitchen, and then they, figure stuff like. Then they go in and start other kitchens.
Yeah.
Like the guy at the local ran the kitchen at the Friendly at one time. At the local 3 at Water Elite.
Yeah.
Really good food. Like
I haven't been there yet.
so,
I haven't been there yet.
it's really good. So like they migrate to other places.
Yeah. But
And,
it still stick around.
or still, yeah. And we have, always have a good relationship.
Is Betty still around?
Who?
Betty?
Miss Betty, yeah.
Is she
She's
still around?
still at she works a couple of days a week at Shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Betty.
Now you mentioned that you had
I love
to
her.
break
Yeah,
off.
love Miss Betty.
Or
I love her.
you had to
Miss Betty, yeah.
Yeah,
Go
Miss
ahead.
Betty.
you had to take time off. And there's times that where you wanted to quit.
Heck yeah. Every 10 years, it seems
Every 10
like.
years, yeah.
Every seems
You get
I'm burned out.
Burnt out, yeah.
Anytime
I'm
someone
sending
pisses him
resumes
off.
out. I'm tired of this.
Anytime someone pisses off, God.
No,
I just
it's
need to
deeper
retire.
than that. I think it's deeper than that. I think every time I go through physiological change, I want to change something. Like, my midlife crisis my crises have always been in the restaurant
Yeah.
business. Like, I was opening up a lot of restaurants in Chicago. So I got burned out. Like I just wanted to get out. And so
How'd you handle it?
they gave me a restaurant. They said you could pick, if you don't quit, you could pick any restaurant to open in Michigan. So that's why I went to Michigan.
Don't quit. We'll give you a restaurant. we
so-
don't want you to quit, but here, I
So
know you're going to
something,
burn out.
something happens like that every time, and it gets me more interested because basically we just want to be engaged and interested and the sparks flying in your head, like, and so that got me interested. I'm going to open up another restaurant in Michigan, not in Chicago area,
Right.
and so that that carried me for a while, and then I needed every time I need excitement or change, I think of getting out, and then
So when
I
is
never
Ray
did.
Mays thinking about physically just settling down and retiring?
Well, I don't think I can retire financially or psychologically. Who wants to be in this head chilling at home? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or get out of the restaurant business and
I
do
just want
something different.
to, I think I want to work less, and enjoy the fruits of my labor more.
Yeah, I give you that. I'll give you that in a heartbeat.
I don't ever want to get out. That's why I want to, get a solution to this, like a little arthritis, because I really dig the game. I dig it. Now, this house game, this rehabbing the house is kind of fun. It's miserable fun because you don't ever have any money, but it's kind of fun to learn YouTube a project.
Yeah.
Like I YouTube sanding floors, and then I applied it.
Wax on, wax off.
Apply.
Yeah.
That's really like fun, and as long as everything
Going correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is fun
It's
and,
fun.
and as an experience. So
Yep. So that's the key to the game, keeping you fresh.
yeah,
Having
experience,
different experience
Yeah.
with different things.
Yeah. Like
open
I
your
got a dinghy. Like we bought a used dinghy. My wife and I bought a used dinghy. Like
projects.
yeah,
Keep you going.
yeah, projects.
Yeah, I agree. You have to have something that's gonna occupy your time. And
Yeah.
keep you motivated, keep
Mhm.
going. and doing different things.
Is that why we do this?
Yeah, I think that's the main reason. That was the main reason for me, because I maybe it was a crisis in my life where like I want to do something besides just bartending. Maybe I could just fall back on this.
I'm so proud of you. Too.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I mean, this is literally.
You didn't think you were gonna walk into this.
No, I didn't think I was gonna walk.
Yeah.
I was gonna walk into somebody's basement or somebody.
No,
Because my nephew like started producing music in a basement. Like, yeah, so it's good stuff happening in basements and garage. But this is like when I walked in, the first thing I said, wow, I like what you got on the wall.
Yeah.
Like
the first
yes,
thing.
Billie Holiday on the wall.
It's not the first
Those folks, but
those of you who know me know I love Billie Holiday and Nina Simone.
Yeah.
And then Bob Marley. And then Jimi Hendrix. I mean, and then MJ of The Shot. This is my happy place.
Oh, Kobe's up
I don't ever have to go home.
Yeah.
Kobe's up there.
He's okay. But MJ, no.
But my thing is, that's what everybody does when they walk into here. They say,
Right
wow.
thing.
Yeah.
They look up, wow, shit.
They didn't expect
They
to
didn't
see.
expect-
I put a lot of
Yeah.
work in, man. I did.
Yeah,
It's
it's
something
really-
that I
You
dreamt
could see
about,
it.
and I wanted to happen. I was like, I'm gonna make it my own, and it feels good that people appreciate that. I do. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
thank
I
you.
love it. I hope the algorithm's like,
Yeah, I do too, because I get a lot of people say, hey, I watched your video. Oh, I'm starting to watch your YouTube channel now. Oh, you have a YouTube channel? I give them a card.
Mhm.
I'm gonna check this out.
Well, I always have people, same thing. I have people come up to me like Ray did all the time when I was at Silver Harbor. You and James, are you gonna do another podcast? Or when are you guys gonna do a podcast?
I get that a lot more, and I noticed the more I put into it, the more people get engaged.
right.
And then with that happening is you get more subscribers and people following you and waiting for the next morsel or just next little bit of content they're gonna put out.
I'm gonna bring all my 10 fans. We're gonna subscribe tonight.
I appreciate
I can guarantee me and my 10 followers will subscribe.
Is that why only
I have
10,
a big following.
Is that why I said only 10 people signed up when I had said Ray Mays, the incredible Ray Mays, is gonna be on our podcast?
I thought it was negative numbers. I really thought when you said my name, it's a good.
Oh, you'd be surprised at how many people look and
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, the people that know, us as a collective,
Mhm.
it's mind blowing how many people lives you've changed or just by being in their lives. You know what I mean? And it feels good to hear that and people recognize that.
Yeah, we've had a
Even-
lot of good times.
Even down to where little white ladies think I'm you.
yeah,
It's a pleasure to be in that company.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I know you're
Yeah.
a good guy. You've been around this area for a while, and people really enjoy what you do.
I appreciate that.
I like that.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, that was
Get
that was
a-
pretty good. That was pretty good for
Give
you.
myself a
Did you just think of that?
no off the top of the head? Yeah,
Yeah, good job.
freestyle.
All right.
Give myself up.
You hit the right one that time too.
I had to look for it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm getting it down, guys. I'm getting it down. I got so many buttons to push up here.
Show number 26. He's still getting it down.
So do you do one a week?
We
try.
sticking to that, but I've been trying to put
Try.
two, maybe I only have 2 days off a week.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm doing all my time off. You know what I mean? But I want to do more than that. Just 1 or 2. I want to get more into it.
Mm.
The more time I have, the more content I got to think about and bring along.
I got a couple
Which is-
other people. Yeah.
I mean, my month is filled with podcasts for the next few weeks.
Mm.
I'm still trying to stack more and more, and people will get more.
Do you
involved.
send a man on the street?
Yeah, that'd be more me.
I wish Slippy Bob was still alive.
I do too.
I would
I do too.
Man,
I would
yeah.
definitely invite him to.
Hey, you remember Popcorn?
Yeah,
You remember Popcorn?
he's still alive.
No,
Oh,
he
I think so.
passed. That Popcorn was a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, I miss Popcorn.
Yeah.
Or
He was a great
He was
guy.
so cool. Like he was like the coolest old dude. Like
He's an OG.
yeah, he was like
knew
remember
everything.
people like
He knew
Dan,
everything,
like Dan Reed.
and he
Look,
walked with a slide.
Hey, look, I sent him down to another one of Tom's projects. I'm not gonna mention names or wherever.
Yeah.
But I sent Popcorn to clean this place up. I go in there and he's laying down behind the bar. He found a gin. Like,
Oh, no.
dude, he
man.
was a trip.
yeah, he was a good old dude though.
See, I wouldn't
I
give him-
remember the
I-
whole crew. I remember everybody that started there.
I wouldn't mind. Anybody, you guys know who Dan Reeves is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just saw him
One of
last
the
week
cool-
at
one of the coolest guys.
yeah,
Guys, and he's funny as hell.
yeah.
Funny as hell. I wouldn't mind. I've been trying to get him on here.
He would be a great.
He would be a great
because Dan knows clothes.
Yes, the dude is dressed to a
Knows-
T. He
Shout out to
knows
Dan
how-
Reeves.
Nobody's been.
Come on,
well-dressed
Dan.
man.
We're calling you out.
He comes to the bar a lot. I'll get him involved. He's been looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
I got a couple for you.
Who's that?
I got a couple for you. I got to see.
You got
Yeah,
somebody lined
yeah,
up.
I got a
Yeah,
couple.
well,
I got a few people
spots
lined up.
open.
I got a few people lined up for us.
I love talking to people. I love interviewing people. I love doing this type of stuff. This is something that
Well,
I kind of looked. I mean, just like you said, you watch YouTube. I watch
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah,
That's what. Man, seriously,
that was your goal. That was your goal.
He inspired me
Yeah.
to start something like this, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna get some of my the way I angle my cameras are just like his. And I just love what he did, and,
Yeah.
and gave me that spark.
yeah.
I will say this. I will call them out. I'm still trying to get Joy Bell on here
Mm.
for
that'd be cool.
for a Benton Harbor hometown
Yeah.
boy
Uh-huh.
and Chambers.
And he won't answer your calls.
Wilson
won't answer
Chandler.
Chandler.
Tell
sorry.
him, yeah.
Well, you got his name right.
I get him
Probably
confused.
Chambers.
I talked to his dad actually. He said
I used to work with his grandmother at Mercy Hospital.
really.
Olivia, yeah. Great.
Yeah, I'm
lady.
trying to
Wouldn't
get. I'm
mind,
trying to get them.
wouldn't mind getting to me, but that's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to take steps to get that done. And
Well, next time I'm invited, which I hope I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Without
about food.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Talk about some recipes.
Oh yeah. That's almost 8:57.
okay. Yeah, we only got a few more minutes, guys. We're gonna wrap this up. But Ray, what? Go ahead.
Oh no.
Oh, you
If
got a
you're,
question?
if you're gonna do the wrap up,
No, not yet. Not yet.
I
No,
know.
not yet.
But I want to say something at the wrap.
Go ahead.
up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna wrap it up. I was gonna take a few more minutes before the wrap.
Okay. Go ahead.
Stop interrupting me.
Shut up.
Silver Harbor Brewing Company. Great crew.
Yeah.
Talented chef.
Yeah.
Great owners.
So what kind of food? Do a shout
It's
out. Come on. What
eclectic.
kind of food?
It's eclectic. I'm just
eclectic.
getting the shout out.
Come on.
What,
Yeah,
what,
I
do you-
mean,
what are you
besides,
sleeping?
but no, the
wine.
the food, the beer. You said you had two
Yeah.
of them that won awards.
Yeah.
What are the two that won awards? I go there. wanna try 'em.
Toastbusters.
Toastmasters. I like that one.
And I can't recall the other one because I had just heard of the management meeting today. But check
So-
us out. Very talented.
Yeah. I like
Very
Toastmasters.
quality. I mean, very quality product.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Brewmasters are good there.
Oh,
Oh.
he's a owner and brewmaster.
Yep.
Okay.
Very talented.
He's actually there. That's a good crew there too.
Yeah.
The owners are very nice there too.
Yeah.
I had never heard anything bad about the owners yet.
Is there anything you could tell somebody that's going to come up in the business to want to be a manager? Give them some advice.
Wow, that's
Run.
no, I don't think that. I think because this game, they're making it easier. Like it's
Yeah.
not in the old days where you have to work 60 or 70 hours.
Yeah.
That still exists,
It does.
but corporate gave me a good groundwork, a good foundation for my career. It taught me all the serve safe classes for free. I mean, they put me between Olive Garden and Cracker Barrel. They put me through every course that you could have to be safe and run a operation legally and safely. And that is invaluable to me. So I love the corporate and I love independent world. So they all employ our kids. So if you frequent corporate restaurants, you're supporting local kids because our kids work there, and if you're supporting independents, you're supporting our kids and our fathers and mothers because our whole families are working there. It's just support the industry, I guess.
Joe, you want to go ahead and jump in before?
The final thought?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of deep, maybe to you, maybe not to me, whatever, however you want to say it. For you, growing up with you when I was working, I loved it. I learned a lot from you. I learned everything from being a respectful person to what you wanted on when I was working for you and everything else. I have more respect and everything else. What I learned from you and how to run something. I
Thank
give
you
you I
very
give you a
much.
lot of credit for what you do and how long you've been doing it. I give you a big shout out for it. I do.
I'm hugging you right
I do.
now.
I
Thank
do.
you.
It's the most. I learned a lot when I worked for you than I did other places before I worked for you.
Appreciate that.
And for that, I wish there was another place we could all go to. But
Yeah.
lives have changed and
Yeah.
people move on. I'm trying to get
Restaurant
out.
game has changed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was heartfelt, Joe.
I know.
Appreciate
I
it.
could
Give
be
you
that
a
guy.
round of applause,
Thank
Joe.
you. It's true.
And that air horn. Good job, Joe. All right, guys. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast. I want to thank Ray Mays for joining us.
My pleasure.
Brother, please come back and visit us. We will definitely have you come in with open arms.
Anytime you ask.
We'll definitely talk about food, and you better bring some too.
Okay, we talk
I'll
about
bring
food.
the wine.
And we talk
Yeah,
about
bring
But
some
my
more
dog.
peach
I'll
wine,
bring some
Joe.
wine though. I'll bring a better bet.
Do you have dogs?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I have a dog. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk dogs
Yeah.
too.
Then we can talk about just about anything we want.
All right.
We check us out next Wednesday, guys. Same time. We will do another podcast, most definitely. Once again, thank you for joining us on Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast.
Thank you, the lady behind the.
Yes,
screens.
Selena, thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Ella, thank you for joining.
I won't forget about you.
All right, guys. We're gonna get going. Thank you for tuning in.